chatting. I'm just trying to, like, make sure everything is... Alright. So, chat. Do you guys want to learn about witch herbs? Do you guys care? Do you guys want me to indulge you in Samhain rituals? I think it'd be cool, but I also don't want to scare you guys away. Oh. I should also probably close Discord. Indulge us in the herbs. Okay, then I'm gonna have to switch to the be right back screen, just so I can get up and go get the thing without fearing, like, you guys see my cringe setup. You can see my glasses behind me. Hold on. Oh, ow! Oh my god, why? These are my favorite. They're so dusty. Never mind. Give me a second while I fix that. And also, whatever just happened here. I'm so blind. It's unfortunate. Alright. Oh. This is so fucking ridiculous. I look absurd. I look ridiculous. Magically cackles. Shh. Shh. Don't bully me. Don't bully me. I like these a lot. They're so dirty. No, I have to clean them. Like, really clean them. Oh. But then I also have these. I wish these weren't, like, as cheap as they are, because they're, like, uneven. Who? Oh my god, hello? I need my real people glasses so I can see. Hi! Thank you for the raid! Hi everybody, I need my music back because I forgot that it wasn't on. But, hi everybody, happy Halloween! Welcome to my stream. I was showing chat my glasses that are funky and cool that I enjoy. Yacht recommended you? Oh no, thank you so much. Yacht. Oh, thank you. Oh. I'm like flustered. Oh, jeez. But anyway, thank you. Welcome. I was showing chat my funky glasses, and then I'm going to teach them about herbs and metaphysical properties of herbs because it's Samhain, and that's kind of my jams. So if you want to stay, you're more than welcome. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I have like a huge cauldron for them too. My ankle biters don't bite much. I mean, biting's not a problem. I was wearing fake fangs before, but I like put way too much of the fucking denture paste that I used to adhere them to my mouth on, and it was just gross, so I had to get rid of them. You have fangs? I do. They're not in my mouth currently. But they're very fun for when they are in my mouth, except for when the lisp happens. If I could just like... Oh. I have to get like the gross off of them a little bit. Ew. These are scarecrow fangs. Ah. They're not gonna stay in. But, they're fun. You can't really eat with them in, which is understandable considering they're not like real teeth. And they don't want you to swallow them, which is a smart move, but they are very good. They're good quality. They stay in for a while if you would hear them properly. And they look really cool, and they're not like an unnatural tooth color, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, my camera's shit and it looks like I'm playing through a VCR, but they are functional and they work. Oh my god. So it's a good time. Also, thank you for the follow. I saw that. Fucking, understandable, very unfortunate, yeah. Back to the fun glasses, though. I really like these. I like glasses that are, like, absurd. I don't know what it is. The glasses that are either, like, funky shapes or, like, funky colors, like those bright blue circles. I love them. These have a gradient that you can't really see because, again, orange background, orange hair, bad lighting. It's a whole slew of things, but it's pink to, like, bluish. And I actually, there's a website that sells, like, seeing glasses that has frames, like, in this shape, and I kind of want them, but I need prisms in my glasses because I'm very blind. So I can't get glasses that are the heart shapes like I want. It's very sad. Very unfortunate. Oh. Alright, so I'm gonna go get the herbs, the cauldron, and the book that I have about them. So if you guys are ready to learn, get like a snack, some water, and buckle in. I, however, will take a second to be right back. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit because it seems a little quiet. But yeah. Just give me a second, chat. Alright, so the cauldron is pretty big. It's pretty big, and it's full of different things. This one has a salt packet in it, so I'm gonna leave that in there, because I'm frightened that it's supposed to stay there. It's a big cauldron full of herbs. I'm very excited. I kind of want to get more, but they're a little on the pricier side, and also I don't know if any of the botanicas are open. There's one in the city that's open, but that one's extremely expensive. And traveling to the city? Yucky. You have a cauldron? Yes, I do. I actually got this, like, at the beginning of the month at Michael's, and I saw it, and I was like, I have to get it. This is the only thing that I want to leave here with, other than a pillow and some other things for Halloween. Halloween's my favorite time of year, as you could probably guess. So I just run amok at stores in the seasonal section. I don't know what to start with, because there's a lot in here. I could do alphabetical order, but then it's like... This is not the redhead. My redhead is fake. You can see my roots are brown. For now. Ooh. Some of these are potent still, which is strange. Oh no, that one's open! Why? Oh, that's for my vacuum later, I guess. She's got orange hair, not red. You're right. I'm like trying to get to the bottom of the fucking cauldron so I can put everything back as I read about it. This is just an empty bag. Why are you in there? For what reason? Some of these are like so dried out. Oh. I have to clean that at some point. Regardless, though. Oh. Okay. Where do I even start? Where do I actually start? Also, I'm going to show you guys my cool herb page that I hand-painted in my book of witch secrets. It's very blue in the middle, but I painted some flowers on it. And it's got all the meanings and fun stuff. My other nonsense in this book. I don't really have any, like, drawings in this book because it's not really a sketchbook. Oh, my crystal page is a big-ass crystal that I painted in the middle, but herbs are very interesting. Thank you. I lost the page. Their pages are numbered. I don't know where I'm going because I remembered numbering the pages. Okay. Fuck alphabetical order. I'm just gonna follow the book. I don't know how I'm gonna, like, show them off. I guess I could just attempt. We're starting with lavender. It smells nice sometimes. It depends. Lavender kind of, these are seeds. They're just seeds. They're not, like, anything special because actual lavender flowers are a little bit harder to obtain in packages like this. But a package of this size was about $3 American currency. And lavender is actually super good for you in several ways beyond, like, smelling nice. And I think, do they make lavender tea? I feel like they do. I've personally never had lavender tea, but I feel like it exists out there. But lavender in particular, I don't know how I'm gonna, I don't want this to sound like a bad advertisement. Cause, okay, so lavender, for those of you with, like, seasonal depression, lavender is your friend because it helps you kind of get all that funk out of your system. It helps you purge and remove all of that gross, icky, depressive feelings, specifically. Like, it promotes healing for that. You can add this shit to several different types of candles for all sorts of things. It promotes sleep. It helps with love spells. It helps with protection spells. It helps with a whole bunch of stuff. You can burn the flowers to promote sleep. And actually, they make cool combo things of sage. If I can open the bag. Get all the shedding parts out. Ugh. They make little combo sprigs of sage that have lavender in them so that when you burn them, it helps you sleep. And it also helps purify anything in your home that's kind of icky, kind of gross, that you don't want. And lavender also helps with peace. So if you want peace in your house is kind of nuts, kind of crazy, kind of kooky like mine, lavender is still your friend. I'm personally not a fan of, like, the... You've been sitting on this wealth of knowledge, perhaps. Love spells are kind of tricky because they're not like the what's the word I want to use here? They're not like in media. Like, you know, like, you ever see those episodes of shows or, like, in books or movies or comics or something where, like, you see, like, a witch with a little wand and she's like, haha, love spell, and it's like someone's automatically infatuated with you. It's not really like that. Like, love spells are more so about, like, promoting love for yourself or just drawing the love that you haven't really been noticing to you, in a way. I don't know, it's... My explanations for things like this are a little... not great, because there's a lot of information that I'm trying to go through at the same time. I think I'm doing okay, but if I'm ever, like, not clear on something, please don't hesitate to, like, let me know. This one's one of my favorites. Oh, where in the pile did it go? I found it. I stapled this bag closed because, for good reason. Because it's just a bunch of loose bloodroot. Haha, that's funny. Alright, so the next one on the list is called Bloodroot, or I don't want to butcher the Spanish name for it, so I'm actually not going to do that. It's a bad play. Bloodroot comes in the same little size bag as Lavender does. It's actually a little bit smaller. Looks like this. It's a little stick, because they're roots. They don't really smell like anything, which is kind of a good thing, because herbs can be very pungent if you get the flowery ones, or the ones that are kind of reliant upon fruit. And Bloodroot, a lot of herbs can do a lot of different things. So that's going to be a common theme of me explaining what they do. For example, Bloodroot, in particular, is for love, protection, purification. Not a whole bunch of uses, but it's still enough to where you're like, oh, these kind of overlap with other herbs, you know? And Bloodroot, here's a neat little trick. If you find a spell that you want to do, and it's got one of the ingredients is like blood, for whatever reason, Bloodroot acts as a replacement for that, which is a good thing. It's a vegan alternative to using actual blood for your spells, which I think is a cool, neat trick to know. Especially as somebody who doesn't really want to give their own blood. Vegan. Uh-oh, I've alerted Casey to my presence. Hey, Casey, how you doing? How's your new coochie? You okay? You healing good? They almost look like water lilies? Yeah. I don't actually have any of these with me, but the first one in this book is a lily of the valley, because they grow in my backyard, and it's because it's autumn that I can't. They're such tiny plants as well. But lily of the valley in particular, they symbolize a return to happiness, and they soothe, calm, they draw peace and tranquility, and repel negativity. So really, lilies of the valley, if you got them in your yard, they're helping you out. Kind of like, what are they called? House spiders, I think. If you have house spiders, they're helping you get rid of all the bugs and ickies. I have to head off, get some noms, and go to bed. 12 hours of streaming. Oh my goodness, you're a marathoner. Thank you for the raid, and thank you for the follow. Much love to you. Can't believe my friend is an e-girl. Listen, it was you who voted that on the poll about my hair dye. I can't believe you. I'm healing decent. That's good. It's good to hear, genuinely. What was I talking about? Herbs. Herbology. Ah. I was, Casey, to answer your vegan all caps earlier. It's 4 of you that voted that? Oh, you're not wrong, but anyway. Bloodroot is an herb that can be used as a replacement for actual blood, whether it be animal or human, in spells that you do, and I was saying that that's kind of like the vegan alternative. So that's the explanation for that. It's next on my list. Oh, okay. These are one. This is something that's familiar to everybody, kind of. I hope. Oh no, this bag smells like other things. That's not good. What's the most pungent one? It's these. Okay. Anyway, next one on the list: cinnamon. Cinnamon. Everybody's got it in your kitchen. Kind of. My older brother is kind of like a knowledge nerd, so apparently the cinnamon that you have in kitchens isn't like stick cinnamon like this, but like it's something else that we just call cinnamon, because real cinnamon is like too spicy, but they come in the same size bags as lavender does. They're sticks of cinnamon. These actually don't smell anymore, which is really sad. They actually smell like something else on my desk at the moment. Sacrificial Sunday. Cinnamon Cinnamon's a widespread use type of herb. It's for spirituality, success, healing, protection, power, love, luck, strength, and prosperity. That's a lot. That's a lot of words. So cinnamon has an interesting purpose and an interesting kind of property to it because it's in a stick form like this. Wrong way. Because it's in a stick form like this, you can burn it as incense, and that has a unique ability that just regular cinnamon added to like a candle or to a spell sachet doesn't have. When you burn cinnamon as an incense, it raises your spiritual vibrations, which is a different topic entirely. It's a different subject. But cinnamon has that ability, which is very unique to cinnamon, and it's very good to have high vibrations for the spirit, actually. Cue dirty jokes, I know. Ooh, the next one is also one that I enjoy. Where'd you go? Is this it? It is. This is actually certified organic because I guess they have to. But it's lemongrass. You can't really see what lemongrass looks like because I showed you the front that's USDA organic. But if I just like, yeah, it's a bag of grass basically. It doesn't really, it smells a little bit like lemons, but not like enough to really tell. Lemongrass, I'm allergic? Are you? Damn. Lemongrass only has two purposes: psychic cleansing and opening. There are other herbs that have those properties, so good for you that you don't have that limited from your scope of ability with herbs. Lemongrass actually really doesn't have that. Does it have more that I'm just not in the know about? I actually have like an entire book on herbology. Because I love this stuff. More like closing my throat, yeah. Yeah. I deserve a clown boy for that one. That one. That's lettuce. I'm not looking for lettuce. Okay, so lemongrass is also good for lust and repelling snakes. But yeah, repelling snakes isn't really something I needed. I still don't need it. So it's not really a purpose I wrote down because that's a very specific purpose. I got enough lust already. I know. You're really all over set from League of Legends. It's kind of crazy. That's not... Alright, so I promise. Okay, so... Nobody Monka TOS me, please? Please? Because this... I promise you that this isn't what it looks like. It's catnip. I promise. It says it on the bag. It was $3. It's catnip. Catnip has a lot of properties, but I'm keeping it off screen because I'm scared. I'm frightened. Is that a weed? Chris, is that a weed? I'm calling the police. And then they type it on the microwave. It's a good Vine. I miss Vine. I miss content like that, genuinely. But catnip, I have a lot of bullet points for catnip. Because of course I do. The person who feeds 13 cats. Of course. It's actually useful for any spell involving cats as the animal or cat deities like Bastet from the Egyptian pantheon, the other two cat gods from the Egyptian pantheon, and I think maybe a Wheelix, if you're into a Wheelix. I'm not really sure on that one, but you can use it. So some herbs you can use with others in combination to kind of amplify the power of a spell. Does herbology coincide with your religion, or is it unrelated? It does. Extra points for connecting those dots. It does. Paganism is very almost kind of dependent on herbs and herbology because pagans are very ritualistic, and a lot of rituals involve herbs or involve spells that need herbs to kind of function and amplify their powers. And part of doing that is combination herbs. So if you use catnip with another herb, it can promote the extra energy and specifically rose petals or rose buds. If you use catnip and rose buds together in a love spell, it kind of gives it extra power, extra potency. This is kind of like an old wives' tale kind of thing. I've never tried this out, and I feel like if I just had Tyler come over and I gave him a handshake full of catnip, he'd kind of be like, that's the breaking point. But if you have catnip like in your hand and you give somebody like a firm handshake, it's supposed to like promote your friendship and protect it. I've just never done it, specifically because it's like I don't feel like people would react too well to me doing that. Do you know how weird it would be to walk up to somebody and be like, hey man, and then you just give them your hand and it's just covered in fucking catnip? That'd be so awful. Ugh. It'd be really funny. Like, really, really funny. But I wouldn't do that to anybody. We have another organic one coming up. Do it to Luca, he'd be confused but probably brush it off. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. He would probably also try to give it to his bug friends. Luca's very into bugs. He was here earlier. I don't know where he went. Either way, it'd be funny. What if you shake the hand of a cat girl while you have the catnip in your hand? I mean, probably get her high as fuck, number one. Number two, you're friends with a drunk cat girl. I don't know if you really want that, but if you do, now you know what catnip does. Next one on the list, Vervain. Vervain sounds like a vampire repellent, but it's not. Vervain's very, there's like dust at the bottom of the bag. They all smell like the fucking roses. Oh my god. That's my fault. The roses. This is the most potent herb I own, and it's tainted every other bag. But Vervain. Alright, we're reading a big entry here. Protection, purification, money, youth, peace, healing, and sleep. I've seen Vervain be used once in a love spell. Is that what it is? Nope. It was protection. It was a protection spell. I saw Damiana be used in a love spell. That's what it is. But yeah, Vervain, it's another grass-looking herb. It's not too exciting. Oh, I could do it against my sleeve. Yeah, it's a little bit better, but not by much. You can bury Vervain in the yard or keep it in your home, and it'll promote wealth. Get that bag, but make sure you first plant a bag of Vervain to make sure you can, eventually make the bread that you want. You can also carry it to inspire creativity and prevent depression, which is something I should probably start doing because both of those are problems that I have. I've personally, never touched Vervain or used it, because for some reason in my brain I just associate it with it's just not something I ever look to. But I'm often also forgetful of the meanings of these herbs, despite having an entire book page on them, and, claiming to know a bunch about them. Can I eat it, thus planting it in me and gaining both powers? You know what? That's a power move. It is. I just don't know if it would work the way you're intending it to. Genuinely, I'm trying to think of the logistics, because if you eat an herb, you're right. It's planting it in you. But, what happens? You'd probably just vomit. You're right. That's true. It's just like, what? I mean, maybe if like, cause it's a tea. It's like a plant. So if you steep it into a tea, that might be poisonous. But I also just, I don't know. I'm thinking of ways that it could work because it's a good idea. You're on the right track. It's just interesting. Uh-oh. Alright, so Damiana's another grass one. Damiana's a little bit shorter grass than the others, though. Like, the other ones are just kind of long stems. This doesn't smell. This smells like roses. I don't know why I'm bothering to smell all of them if they smell like roses. But Damiana, if you're making a love spell, that's an essential. It's one of the big ones. It's one of the glaring signs for a love spell. The reason is, the purposes for this one herb are lust, sex magic, attracting love. And for solitary practitioners, if you are not in a coven of other pagans, if you are alone, Damiana has a separate use from just all of the love uses, and that is opening all of the chakras and promoting psychic ability. It's kind of cool. It's kind of sick. It's kind of neat. Casey, you're right. It does sound like your kind of herb, and it's also an alternative to lemongrass for that last purpose. Makes a lot of sense, actually. But the one stipulation that Damiana has is you're suggested to store it with clear quartz, because clear quartz is kind of the do-it-all crystal. Like, if you're missing a crystal and you can't really find one to buy because rock expensive, you could just use clear quartz. Kind of like how sage is the main herb for pagans / Wiccans and is also used as a replacement herb for ones that you're missing. Ooh, this next one, I kind of wish... I like the smell of oranges, so I kind of wish I could smell it. Sad. Orange peels. I can probably wiggle one out of this decrepit bag. These are like super fucking dry orange peels. Like, they're not orange anymore. They're brown. This is an orange peel that's super dry, super gross. Doesn't even smell like oranges that much anymore. Kind of sad. Fun fact, because I chose the last bag of orange peels and it's literally a bag that's like falling apart and the labels on it are yellowed, the woman at the Botanic gave it to me for free. Saved $3, that's kind of sick. Anyway, money is associated with orange blossoms in terms of, like, if you're going to a florist and you want somebody to, promote wealth in their home, you would get them a bouquet involving orange blossoms and a couple of other flowers. Same applies to orange peels. Orange peels are very useful for money and wealth and success and promoting those things. Orange peels can be used for love, too. Divination, luck, money, a blessing for your home and business. I made that sound because it was in the darkest blue section and I wrote with black ink because I'm a moron. But reading's hard. Alright, so I figured out the meaning of what I wrote there. You can add orange peels to a love sachet. So if you're making a love sachet, we've already got quite a few herbs that you could just toss in there. And sachets, by the way, this one's full of like metal bits and bobs, but they're kind of like this. Instead of a see-through fabric or a mesh, they'd be kind of solid colored or with a solid fabric like a cotton or something. That's what a sachet is. And they have so many different uses. You toss a bunch of shit into a sachet, you got yourself a spell. But you have to make sure, again, the combination herbs are tricky. Because even though you can combine herbs, you have to be careful. Because not every herb is friends with each other. In fact, a big reason a spell might backfire or something might happen is because you're using herbs that don't go well together. I think I used cinnamon and orange peel once, and they don't go together very well at all. And because of that conflicting energy, the candle that the spell was a part of, like the glass surrounding it, broke. Very not good. It's a bad sign, usually. And I learned to check which herbs go together before actually putting effort into things. Oh, the next one is the potent one. I can actually get one of these out because they're chunky little lads. I'll get that one out because it's the prettiest. Let me close the Ziploc a little bit, but not the whole way. Roses! Or rosebuds, really. This is also $3, but it's a little dried up rose. It's a little tiny little baby rose. Jesus Christ. Oh, there's so much. They smell so much. They smell so much. Just, whew. What's that one thing that you could put in front of people's noses and it wakes them up? Because roses are kind of like that. They just shock your entire senses. Roses are used in quite a few things. Rose water for baking. Anything involving love in modern media. Myrrh, is that what it is? Perhaps. Pungent, either way. But yeah, roses, as you could probably presume from the way modern media interprets their meaning, they're big on love. Roses are a big love flower. And using them in love spells is usually, like, roses are usually very go-to, very, general use. They get along with pretty much everything. It's smelling salts. I mean, I'm glad that you're, thinking of plants. I feel like my lipstick is smudged, and I kind of want to fix it, but, I don't know. Because I could also just be the shadow from, Yeah, it's just the shadow next to my mouth. Very cool. Thank you. 360p webcam. But yeah, rosebuds. Rosebuds promote several different types of love. They are so entrenched in it that they just everything about love, divine love, emotional love, physical love, self-love, every bit of it. Roses, they want in on it. They want to know. And pro tip, if you guys are looking to settle down with somebody for a very, very long time, you start your spell ritual, your love sachet, with roses. Starting with roses helps to build longer lasting relationships. Didn't giving roses used to mean that I love you, but I have no room in my heart for you? I have no idea, actually. I kind of want to learn more about flowers because they kind of tie into herbology and herbs and stuff like that, but also it's a lot of knowledge that I don't know if my brain is going to retain willingly. Flower lore is dope, correct. I almost took a florist class back in college, but I would have had to buy several glass vases, and as a college student, I didn't really have the money to do that, so I didn't take the class. Very sad. Would have been cool, though. This one's also another suspicious bag. I feel kind of bad, actually. Back to roses and love spells. I mean, also the bag's really crinkly. I feel bad because it's like peeking the mic on accident. Alright, so it's Hyssop. Hyssop is another grass-looking one. Grass-looking one. A lot of herbs are just gonna be grassy, kind of. And Hyssop is a protection herb more than anything, but it's like you can use it for other things. It's just most widely used for protection. And that's protection from, you know, dangers in real life as well as spiritual dangers or mental dangers. Protection is a very general term. So this is another one where the term spiritual vibrations is going to come up again. Earlier I said that I think it was cinnamon raises spiritual vibrations. This lightens spiritual vibrations. So heavy vibrations and low vibrations are kind of synonymous, but they can mean different things depending on the context. Low spiritual vibration is very not great. It's very kind of down and sad and surface level thinking. And higher vibrations are kind of open mind, open soul, very much the energy's flowing. There's no blockages, everything's going good. And lighter energy is kind of, you're not spiritually burdened by anything. Do you know? Like there's nothing that's like burdening your senses or making you feel like you have obligations. That's kind of, I kind of don't want to say that because it's not what I mean. Like if you have work, obviously it's not going to change the fact that you have work or anything. But like, if you're contemplating your purpose, your vibrations are going to end up being really heavy because, you know, there might be doubts or something clogging your mind and, you know, forcing you to kind of really think within the context of, well, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'll be able to support myself doing what I want. I don't know if I'll be able to, you know, really talk to anybody or do anything at the same time as doing what I want. For myself, personally, my low vibrations include me kind of doubting my abilities as an artist, as a streamer, me doubting my ability to pass things like the road test, and all of those negative thoughts create a negative sort of energy. And this negative energy doesn't go away. You guys ever see those shows or like cartoons and stuff where a thundercloud follows a character around and it's kind of like behind them, but it kind of rains on them when they're walking around and affects their mood the whole day? That's kind of what negative energy is like for your spirit. It's not visible, obviously, but negative energy is very harrowing and very cumulative. Is this the origin of good and bad vibes? Yes, actually. Because there's a little theory in the pagan community called the law of attraction, and it's really interesting when you kind of delve into it. But basically, you know, if you're filling your brain with bad vibes and bad energy and negative thoughts, you're going to only draw the negativity to you again. So the law of attraction basically states that if you want to draw good things to you, you think you already have it, like, not... I have to be careful about the way I phrase this, because it's not egotistical. It's not, you know, full of yourself and cocksure. You really need to know, like, you think in the way of you already having it, even though you kind of know that you don't. But thinking that way will draw it to you and make it easier for you to obtain the thing that you are thinking of, or drawing, or the goal you're trying to reach, whatever, you know? And essentially, the law of attraction includes a term that Twitter has destroyed and turned into a meme: manifestation. When you see somebody using the term manifestation, they are trying to use the law of attraction to get something that they want. Too often, though, a lot of people are not doing it genuinely, and it kind of creates a murky connotation around the word. The A in LGBTQA stands for ally. Every time this comes to my head, others must suffer. Correct. Who even said that to you? Where did you see that? Also, Yacht and Casey, thank you for the supportive messages. I did read them. It just felt wrong to interrupt my spiel to talk about them. Ooh, I'm parched. Ooh. I stands for intersex. Or the L? I don't know what... I couldn't tell if it was a capital... No, L, I. What? Are you talking about I, or are you talking about L? Because if it's L, it's lesbian, but if it's I, it's intersex, which is different. Inspector Gadget, Casey. Intersex is when you're born with like all the right chromosomes, and you know your body goes through like correct. Does it? I don't know. Basically, it's like you're born as a guy. Everything about you is a guy except for your bottom part. That's it. Same applies to women that are intersex. They have the opposite part. It's different being transgender. Like, ooh, I closed the wrong window. Haha. You're not stupid. Don't say that. If I'm not allowed to put myself down, neither are you. Bitch. Anyway. Back to herbology. Oh, the next one is fun. This is also a decrepit bag. I should probably change the bag this is in, or put it in the other bag that's not as decrepit, actually. That's a good idea. Can I manage to weasel out just, like, one little inkling of this, though? I think. Methinks I fucked up. No. Oh, shit. That was what I wanted. Damn. Alright. The bag's the same width. I can't put the fucking fun one in the decrepit one. Damn. It's just a mix of sexual organs. Thank you, Casey. Oh, I'm like breaking it because it's actually just dried flowers. It's not gonna work the way I want it to. More grass for you guys. Passion flower. This way. Passion flower. The name implies things that are not in the purpose of passion flower. Though, it can heighten libido. It's not really used for that as much. Passion flower, even though it strongly denotes a love connection, is not at all related to love in the way that you would think it is. Instead, passion flower attracts friendship, prosperity, and popularity. So, passion has many forms, but most commonly it's used in things for love. So if you see like passion in movies or TV, it's more common than like friendship passion. And especially in the US, you're not really... Friendship passion isn't really promoted in the US because it's we're a very survivalist country. And if you have friends that you're so close with, you're not really surviving on your own, really. It's dumb. It's stupid. But, Casey, you're right. It is Passion for Friends. And it's got 4, count 'em, 4, extra tips and tricks and uses and fun little knowledge bits for it. You arguing with with people in your house? You want to bring peace to your home? Just fucking put some passion flower somewhere. Maybe, like, just in a planter, just speckled through, like, the dirt or something. Passion flower will end that argument right quick. It'll fix things for you. I've never actually used it for that purpose, but now that I remember that it does that, I might have to. Individualist society? Correct. Passion flower promotes sleep if you put it beneath your pillow. And boy howdy, I might need that too. I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule. It's not going great because it's shifting into daytime territory again, which is not what I wanted. But what are you gonna do? Another fun pagan trick is a wash. And a wash is usually just a normal shower, but if you kind of... I'm trying to think of a way to phrase this in a way that it makes sense. If you guys are familiar with the concept of a body wash product in the shower, like you squirt some out onto your hands and you just like, you lather your body with it. In terms of pagans, washes with herbs are the same, but instead of like having like convenient squirt bottles of herbs, you kind of just dump them into your wet hands and then do the lathering with them. You can do it with sea salt to cleanse all your vibes, just get them out of here, start fresh, clean slate. Or you could do it with passion flower, and it diminishes arguments and promotes de-stressing. What part of identity? What? So Twitch's automod flagged that for identity. I don't know why. Either way, very funny. Casey, for leaving. Much love to you. Good luck dreaming about set. Passion flowers. You can use them in a wash. And they'll help you de-stress. All you fuckers with midterms right now. Sounds like you kind of need some of that. Either way, the fourth purpose... Did I just say porpoise? I don't know. The fourth purpose is a bath. And you put some passion flower in that bath. And you're promoting the attraction of the opposite sex. If that's something you're into. If it's not something you're into, disregard that, because it doesn't apply to you. The only warning I would have for herbal baths is, like, be careful of, like, UTI infections if you've got, the innie part, not the outie part, but other than that, just be careful, because again, not all herbs mix together, and sometimes if you put herbs that don't mix in the same bath or in the same candle, the results can be a little bit explosive in terms of candles, in terms of baths. I guess it just won't work, though it could end up drawing the opposite effects to you as well. Ooh, the last one is a fun one. The last one's very fun. I can show you guys 2 different forms of this one if I can get... That's a chunky one. I'll take that one. This one's actually I smell like this on a regular basis, according to people who have met me in real life. Tyler tells me I smell like this, even though I haven't lit this in a very long time. It's sage. I'm trying to clean up the bits because I poured some out on accident. Sage comes in 2 forms, really. You get big sticks of sage bound together by string, like this, or in individual little leaves like this. And sage smells really good when it's burning. To me. I know a few other people that... Oh no! It's on the floor now. Of course it is. I'm getting yelled at for being an idiot. Oh no. Sag. Did I get some F's in chat for my floor? Please. Fuck. I'm gonna close the bag of individual sage. Put that away. Sage. Back to sage. We have a lot of uses for sage, because again, it's the, as Casey put earlier, the Walmart of herbs. It's kind of everywhere. You use it for everything. Very, universal. It's very good. Thank you, Yacht, for the kind words. I'm gonna call myself an idiot, though, because I feel like one a little bit. Alright. Get some water, chat, because this is a long description. Sage is used for self-purification, dealing with grief and loss. Sage promotes spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health and longevity. And it removes all negative energy and can be reused as a replacement for other herbs if you are lacking them in spells or sachets or anything else, really. And sage is really cool. You can carry it to promote your mental health and improve it, as well as wisdom, just in general. I don't know. I kind of consider myself to be wise, but in certain situations only. Like, I don't go around feeling like, I was gonna say wise owl character number 84, but I actually don't remember the names of any wise owl characters. Either way, I'm not, like, boastful about being wise. I think I can, in certain situations, be wise, but other than that, meh. I also don't really carry sage with me, so it would just be a side effect of burning it so often, but at that point, that's just me. Sachets, back to that topic. You could put sage in a sachet, and it promotes healing, just generally, which is already known. But sage is also used in healing incense. Incense in particular. I love incense. I really do. I have a bunch of incense that's not really spiritually scented. Pumpkin spice, brownies, vanilla. I think gingerbread. I have a couple of gingerbreads. Saget? No. Sorry, my New York accent is coming through. Let me spell it in chat. Saget. With a TCH and not a DEG. That's my bad. Genuinely. Oh, okay. I'm gonna branch off into another tidbit about another pagan aspect of things. Usually if you're doing, like, personal spells or you're trying to attune something to you, you'll be asked to, take some hair from yourself or on the grosser side, like nail clippings or sometimes even blood, and you wrap it in something that you wear often. So, like, a scarf, a jacket, a shirt, something that's, like, hasn't been washed yet, hasn't been purified of your smell, your essence, your energy, and you put it together. Those are personal objects and personal identifications so that the magic can attune to your energy and your person specifically. So sage, if you put it near the personal object of someone else, so say you have, a sick grandfather, a sick grandmother, somebody in your family has an ailment of any kind, mental, physical, spiritual, you take one of their personal objects and you place sage, you know, around it, and it promotes healing for that person. But it also kind of boosts any healing rituals or spells that you may be casting for that person. It was me trying to make a joke. Oh, I see. Sage it. I mean, it's not a bad joke, now that I think about it. But, it's interesting. Sage has a lot of different uses. And the way that you kind of... like, the way you use sage in terms of cleansing is very universal. You would take either a stick like this or a leaf of sage, like an individual one, like I showed before. You light the edge, and you're mostly supposed to let it burn through. Because, you know, if you're doing just one room and not a whole house, in terms of cleansing, because of the amount of smoke, you would either need multiple windows and all of them to be open and a fan going, or... you know, you can just wait for it to, you know, sputter out on its own, which is what I do. And you light the end, and you kind of waft it around, kind of circular motions, or you can, you know, drift it like this, and you waft it around, and the way that the saying kind of goes is the more smoke that there is, the more evil energy you're purging. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I buy into that. Big time. Big time. And, it's actually really kind of fun to sage your room because it lets you explore your room in a new light. Kind of makes me feel like a video game protagonist that has to purify something, you know. Hydration check, thank you. Where'd I put my fucking water? You're right. I'm getting parched because I'm doing so much talking. I also feel like I'm gonna sneeze because the smell of roses is like ingrained in my nose. Oh no. Oh my god. The smell of roses is just permanent now, which is a little sad. But what are you gonna do? So now, I'm gonna open it up to the chat. If you guys have an herb that you guys want to know about, even just household ones. Basil's in here. Basil's in here. You guys want to know about basil? I can tell you about basil. If you guys have an herb you want to know about, let me know, because I could tell you about it. I also just tell you about random fucking flowers, because flowers are in here too. Oh, I kind of want to... bay leaf? Hell yeah, dude. I know for a fact bay leaf is in here because I paused on it a couple times. Alright. So bay leaf has its own page. It's got its entire page. So we're gonna go through it real slow because this is the one you're interested in. You don't really need to know about any of those things. Powers, there it is. Protection, psychic powers, healing, purification, and strength. So you can kind of make teas with herbs that are not common in tea. So like for bay leaf, you can either chew it, which is not recommended, or you can put it in a tea brew to promote clairvoyance and wisdom, but that would involve other herbs as well. It's not just bay leaf. You can place bay leaves beneath your pillow to induce prophetic dreams. And you can burn bay leaves to cause visions. Those are both very powerful instances, and I do not recommend doing that if you are not somebody who is genuinely inclined to be pagan or Wiccan. Because you're gonna see some shit that you are not ready to see. And, fun fact, bay leaves are burned or scattered during exorcism rituals. You can place them in windows to protect against lightning. You can hang them up on the wall, like, you know, just like an upside down, you know, plant of bay leaf leaves to prevent poltergeists from working up some mischief in your home. That's a serious problem people have had. Some crazy kooky shit that they'll get up to, and you could just be like, no, I have bay leaves, no thank you, and they'll go away. Bay leaves mixed with sandalwood can be burned to remove curses and evil spells. To be quite honest, curses and evil spells are not all that common if you're somebody that's entering paganism, because a lot of like modern paganism is very focused on light work and positivity and good things, and one of the sort of moral rules are that you don't do anything that's going to harm somebody else. It's everything that you're doing is kind of for healing and for, you know, growth and not negative purposes or intentions. Intention's a big thing with paganism. You'll see a couple of people do, you know, they'll tell you kind of how to do like hexes or curses or anything like that, and they don't really, they're gimmicks. They're not real. They're not gonna work, really. If you go on the pagan side of Instagram or Twitter, you'll see people promoting hexes or manifestation retweets, and they're not going to work. Those are strictly based in, you know, egotistical purposes. Intentions are to just get attention and clout and you know, clicks and retweets and likes, and they won't actually do anything to help you or to do anything, you know, for you. And to be honest, if you are so vengeful that you are seeking out paganism to help you, you're already so far beyond anybody that truly can help you that, you know, it's a whole thing, really. Now I know all those Eastern Europeans always cook with bay leaf. Kind of. You're kind of right. You're kind of on the right track. Hi! Oh my goodness. I love you to death. Thank you for coming in. I miss you so much. You're gonna make me cry. I love you so fucking much. Aw. My heart is very warm. It's good to see you. Do you have an herb that you would like me to talk about on stream? Because I will do it. I actually have a couple of updates for you eventually, but thank you for stopping in. I hope everything is well with you. And happy Samhain! Oh my gosh! But yeah, that's bay leaf. Any other herbs you guys want me to talk about? I'll do it. Where'd my voice go? Sunflowers! I love sunflowers. As much as I like the appearance of flowers, I'm scared of bees. So. Oh my gosh. Oh, also, Indigo Soul, we should probably, either in the new year or, you know, a little bit after you get back, we should probably try to go to the Botanica if you're up for it. I went too far. Oops. I found it. Sunflowers. Everybody knows what a sunflower looks like, but just to show off the book's cute little drawing, it's the one at the bottom of the page. It's very exposure not friendly, but you know, sunflowers are those big yellow flowers with the brown circles in the middle. Sunflower seeds are actually pretty tasty, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not usually someone to go for like seeds because it feels weird to just like eat seeds. But sunflower seeds are pretty good. I've never actually had pumpkin seeds, but I'm considering. Anyway, sunflowers have a whole bunch of uses. We actually grew a bunch of sunflowers on the side of my home in the summertime. I think they have since died, but sunflowers are some tall plants. They are some tall ass plants, and a fun fact about them is if you plant two sunflowers where the sun can't reach them, instead of facing the sun, they grow facing each other, which is cute. I think that's adorable to know, really. I feel like I'm gonna... Alright, so sunflowers have 4 listed powers: fertility, wishes, health, and wisdom. Those are kind of sick uses, not gonna lie. This is the first time we've gotten fertility or wishes in here. So, the fertility comes in, ironically enough, within eating the seeds. If you eat sunflower seeds, they help with fertility. And the book actually says sunflower seeds are eaten by women who wish to conceive. So, I'm gonna avoid sunflower seeds as a running joke for me and Tyler only. Either way, to protect yourself from smallpox, wear sunflower seeds around your neck, either in a bag or strung like beads. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that with seeds or herbs and stuff like that. I knew the concept of a sachet, but I didn't know you could, like, string them like a necklace. That's actually really cool. The wishes! Oh, this is actually really cute. I kind of want to do this once in my life, maybe. Maybe sometime in the summer, coming up next year. Cutting a sunflower, specifically at sunset, you make a wish while cutting the flower, and you have to be a little careful. You have to make sure your wish isn't like, I want to be the prince of Narnia or something, it can't be too extravagant, too big. And usually, if you cut a sunflower and you make the wish at sunset, the wish will come true before the next sunset hits. But again, you have to be a little careful, because the wish can't be, like, I want to be the new Aladdin in the live action Aladdin, it has to be something obtainable by you. In terms of wisdom, if you put a sunflower under your pillow and sleep with it under your pillow, you will be awoken to the truth regarding any matter that you're concerned about. You want to know if this person's being a shithead to you and lying to your face? You could probably find out if you sleep with a sunflower under your bed. Sunflowers growing in the garden grant the best of luck to the gardener and protect against pests. That's actually kind of a big one. A lot of plants are actually invasive species, so if you have a garden box and you plant sunflowers, it can help you either prevent invasive species from coming into the garden box or leaving the garden box, as well as pests that are not naturally inclined to go for those plants from actually reaching them and going for them. Sunflowers are actually pretty fucking cool. And they're really pretty. I love sunflowers. One that I kind of want to talk about, just as a general interest one that I have. I don't know if they would actually sell this at the Botanica. I can really hope. Although, hold on, it's got a special symbol next to it, so I should check. See if it's got a problem. It's got an X under it, so I'm going to assume I'll have to look into that later. Either way, we're going to talk about the one on the bottom that you can't even see, so it doesn't matter. We love exposure on the camera. It's called Bleeding Heart. I'm I'm drawn to it because it looks similar to a lily of the valley, but it is not the same. Additionally, I think the name Bleeding Heart's pretty sick, but in terms of purposes, it's for love, which is kind of tied to the name. And the way that it goes is you crush a bleeding heart flower in your hand, and if the juice is red, your lover or somebody that you want to love you has a heart full of love for you back. But if the juice is white, they don't love you back as much. And when you grow the plant yourself, instead of just, buying the flowers and crushing them, growing the plant yourself promotes love, which is also very cool. So, Bleeding Heart is one of the plants that you really shouldn't grow indoors if you can avoid it, because it has a bad habit of bringing negative vibrations with it. And it's kind of avoidable, really, if you have the ability to plant it outside. And thinking on it now, I wouldn't really need Bleeding Heart, because I can tell on my own whether or not I'm loved most of the time. It's just cool. I just think it's really sick. Chad, do you have any more herbs for me to look at? Or shall we move on to perhaps crystals? I could show off my crystals. Those would probably be easier to show, genuinely, than a bunch of grass herbs, or grass-esque looking herbs. Because if nobody has herbs, I'll 100% grab my crystals and talk about those instead. Because I am kind of digging the not playing video games vibe for tonight. I was thinking of doing Phasmophobia, but I'm not really sure about it, Nobody that I know has Phasmophobia, and if they do, I don't know. I don't feel like playing video game right now, so I might just talk about more of my stuff. What is this one all the way in the back? Oh, health codes. I found it. Oh, the X is just not for internal use. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. So if nobody has any more herbs, I can move on to rocks, crystals, earth. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to deliberate and get back. I think if your headphones are still dead, I'll give you another opportunity. There's so much just sage just everywhere because I spilled it earlier. That's genuinely my bad, though. Oh, my sister texted me. Haha, oops. Didn't even fucking see that she texted me. Alright, so I'll be back in a second. And I'll be back with the rocks. Alright, I'm back with the rocks. To no one's surprise, I also have a book about rocks. It's called the Crystal Bible. I kind of don't... As much as it doesn't have every rock, which is why it's edition 3. But it's still a good resource to have. So if you're looking to, you know, find out more about gemstones and rocks, Crystal Bible, it's good to help you. Should I start with the small rocks or the big rocks? I might start with the small rocks. Ooh, sorry. That's probably loud. Let me open both of my rock storage places. Alright, I'll lay out the ones that I didn't do here. I'm trying to like do this in an organized manner. All their little info cards. Oh, this is like a big one, I should. I have so many rocks, not enough space. Oh my goodness. This song is a little not what I want, so I'm just gonna not play it. There we go. Alright, rock time. Where do I start? Okay, I said tiny rocks, right? So I'll start with the tiniest. You can't really see very well because of how tiny it is, but I'm gonna do my best. This tiny little rock in my hands is a little section of clear quartz. It is the Say-All Be-All Do-All rock. I only have 2 little sections because these are actually raw from like an actual chunk of rock. They're not tumbled, they're not, you know, they're not like shaped. Some of them will be shaped. This is just straight up raw quartz. And clear quartz in particular. Alright, I do have a little section on it in my crystal page that I have made. Can't really see it because it's very lightly colored, lightly shaded, and my exposure is very high. But clear quartz enhances and strengthens the aura. You know, everybody's got an aura. If I've seen you in person, I can probably tell what your aura is, just because sometimes I just know. It protects against negative energy. That's also true. And it amplifies energy and intention, which is kind of why it's the Say-All, Be-All, Do-All, End-All rock. It's because it is able to kind of do so much. And don't get me wrong, other rocks are equally as potent and powerful. It's just, you know, if you're missing a rock, you can use clear quartz as a substitute, and it helps. Clear quartz is one of the easier ones to get your hands on, considering how widespread it is. Again, rocks are going to be on the pricier side because they're kind of valuable in terms of like, just some of the rocks will just end up being valuable, like emeralds or lapis or amethyst, you know, the gemstones. Next one, tiny jar. So in this tiny jar, that's the wrong way. Tiny jar is citrine. Citrine's the little tiny yellow bits. They're actually so small I'm not going to take them out because I don't want to lose any of them. But citrine is used in a very specific kind of way. Citrine, most commonly, is an aid for manifesting money and prosperity, promoting wealth. Citrine's your friend for that. I actually love citrine. I I think the color is gorgeous, you know, that slightly yellow tint for a crystal. And citrine can aid in decision making, can soothe fear and anxiety, and it opens your third eye chakra. A lot of people don't have access to that. I'm gonna change my title because it's no longer Herbology. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, clear quartz, very good. Citrine, also very good. Third eye chakras are a little bit hard to open and keep open because sometimes you're just not ready to know more than you are comfortable with, and that's okay. And not every person is going to experience, you know, all of their chakras being open quite often enough. People go through full life cycles without having their chakras, you know, be open at all. As you don't really know. You know, nobody's gonna walk up to you and go, yo, bro, all your chakras are locked. You gotta get some of that shit sorted, man. Like, if somebody walked up to you and said that, I feel like you'd think they're either on some mega drugs or, like, they're just a crazy person. Like, I know for a fact that if I was going through New York City and somebody walked up to me and said, hey, bro, your chakras are blocked, I'd be like, what the fuck are you on? Leave me alone, you freak. But sometimes it's the truth. That's a true statement. Some people do have all their chakras blocked. It's just not recommended to tell people in the way that I just said. Next one on the tiny scale. This one's green, so hopefully it shows up. This tiny, barely green on the camera, crystal / rock, is emerald. It took me a very long time to find emerald, because more often than not, you'll find emerald's cousin, which is not emerald. It is something else that I forget the name of at this moment in time. Uh-oh. I think it starts with a T. Not thunder egg, thank you. I don't know. Either way, emerald is commonly swapped out for something else. And, it aids in bringing loyalty, domestic bliss, enhances unconditional love, promotes friendship, and heals emotions as well as the physical heart, which is very important. The actual little card that came with the necklace, I have it in my hand. Emerald, being the birthstone of May, is a strengthener and aligner of the body, mind, and spirit. It aids in lucid dreaming, meditation, and spiritual insight. Emerald also shows us the possibility of the sacred within us. So, all of you folks that want to learn more stuff about yourself, emerald's the way to do it. The story about this crystal in particular that I just showed off, the emerald, I got it for an ex of mine, and then I was like, wait, I actually want this for myself, and I dumped the ex. So, congratulations, I got rock out of that relationship, and I'm glad that I did. It's a cool rock, it's very pretty. Next one that's kind of small. I don't really have a little card like this because these necklaces didn't come with anything, but, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to show off. Alright, so this one that looks black is actually blue. If I can angle it towards the light, you can kind of catch little glimpses. It looks like there's little sparkles in it. And this tiny little thing is called blue sandstone. Not Minecraft sandstone, but pretty close. And blue sandstone connects one with the divine, which is, blue is a big thing. In terms of divinity, blue is a very large thing. Blue is the color of the third eye chakra, not the crown. The crown is purple. Blue is the third eye chakra, so it helps you with that. It promotes wisdom, energy, and courage. Teaches one to lead a positive life and brings light to said life. And I kind of feel like that's the prismatic nature of the kind of glittery bits in blue sandstone that kind of showcases that. And blue sandstone's one of the best stones for those with hypersensitivity, which is a problem I face just in general. I'm very sensitive, I'm very emotional, which isn't always a bad thing, not at all. Sometimes it can even be helpful, but it's very helpful because it helps ground you and keeps you, you know, contained within yourself. This next one's kind of cool looking. I just don't know how I would show it because it's tourmalinated, so it's got like little jets of onyx in it. I'm gonna try like this though. So it's clear, and you can kind of see within the clear there's little jets of, you know, black. And that's tourmalinated quartz. Tourmalinated quartz, in particular, aids in protection and grounding, releases negative energy, and stimulates astral projection. Yacht, welcome back. I've moved on from herbs, and now we're talking about rocks, if you're still interested in that. The one that I just showed off and am starting to talk about is this one. It is tourmalinated quartz. It's a little clear rock with some black jets through it. And the little card that necklace came with reads, Tourmalinated quartz is a quartz crystal which has grown together with black tourmaline, and the tourmaline has penetrated the quartz, thus the name tourmalinated. It is a powerful stone for protection and grounding. It aids in balancing yin-yang energies and releasing negative patterns. It can be beneficial in treating disorders of the digestive tract and to detoxify the entire body. It is often worn during magic rituals to simulate astral projection and is linked to the star sign of Capricorn. It is a shield stone that protects because of its ability to transmute any negativity through any positivity for its wearer. Now, tourmalinated quartz I have worn, and I actually really like tourmalinated quartz because it's very useful. The straw is too short, so I just have to like throw it out or something. I'll put it over here for now. I love me some tourmalinated quartz, boy. It's just very useful, and it does ground you. You know, it helps. A lot of these rocks are helpful. That's kind of the entire purpose. And Yacht, just as a pointer, because I feel like you're potentially going to ask, rocks as much as herbs are very integral to Wiccanism and paganism because of the purposes that they have and the sort of magic they contain. Though herbs and rocks can both be traced to an elemental type of thing, both come from the earth, and the earth is very much a part of the divine to us because the earth gives us so much energy, and, you know, if you have negative energy, you can kind of literally just like shuck it off of you and point your hands towards the ground so that you direct all of the negative energy to the ground for it to lift and be gone from you. Either way, I'll show off the less cool one first. Got myself a big chunk of onyx on a little chain, kind of. Onyx, despite being the goth stone that I own, teaches self-control and self-discipline, protects against negative energy, shields from the evil eye, and aids in grounding visions into reality. The text was squished a little. Now, I'm also going to look at the book I have on rocks for, I think, is it in here? Oh no, why would things be alphabetical? Oh no, they are alphabetical, excuse me? Yeah, onyx isn't in here, so again, it's edition 3. It might be in a previous edition. Sneeze is happening. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that one rattled me a little bit. Alright, so this one, I actually really like the necklace on this one, because it's a snake, and I think that's pretty fucking sick. But, here's my rainbow quartz. It's got a little snake going around it. I actually wore the shit out of this in high school because it's so fucking pretty, and my earth science teacher tried to, like, tell me what's what. Like, ma'am, I know that this is not rose quartz. I know it is rainbow quartz. Do not come after me, because even though you're an earth science teacher in high school, I know my rocks. Thank you. And, is there a section in here for rainbow quartz? There should be. But I could be completely wrong. There's not. Rainbow quartz invokes self-trust and self-worth, transmutes negative energy into positive energy, and obtains an energy of pure love and light. So a lot of these rocks that I own, in particular, you're going to notice transmute negative energy into positive, and that is because I am very much so surrounded by a lot of negative energy and can produce a lot of it myself. That being said, I have all of these rocks and herbs and, you know, myself to help me kind of get rid of it and ensure that I can do things like this, like streaming and painting and drawing and all of the things that I want to do and not be negative about it. Because negative energies going into things will just make everything muddled and murky and messy and gross. Big rock time! Okay. I'm very excited. This one's really fucking cool because it's just a bunch of... It's just a bunch of fucking, like, jetties of rock. And it's actually called a star cluster because it's a cluster. And I really love this rock. I do. I treasure this rock. It's red aragonite. And star clusters in particular, let's start with the general, promote a sense of balance while cleansing the surrounding energies. Now, star clusters, because of their unique shape, because they are not solely pointing in one direction and are in fact pointing in all directions, they send light and positive energy in all of the directions in which they are facing, which is a good thing, again, if you have negative energies in your home or in your environment often enough to where you need to feel like you feel like you need to switch it up a little bit. Ooh, big one, big one, big one, big one. I'm excited. Alright, so this one's kind of a behemoth. This behemoth, this absolute chunky boy, is selenite, and I am a slut for this one in particular. I really fucking love this crystal. It's so gorgeous, and it's so useful. Selenite is a very, very pure stone. It's very good for multiple things. The size of it is a little hard to package with everything else. In my rock box. But selenite clears negative energies, cleanses other stones, and is named after Selene, Greek goddess of the moon. Now, I'm not a follower of the Greek pantheon. I'm very much Egyptian-oriented in terms of pantheons and goddesses and gods and all of that fun stuff. But a lot of the things, like herbs and stones and such, are tied to Greek gods of all the pantheons. And for you in particular, bay leaves They were actually chewed by priestesses of Apollo because they promoted a lot of different things, and they were, sought after for all of the aforementioned and listed purposes. But again, I'm not personally of the Greek pantheon. I don't follow them. I'm not really called to buy any of them, so they're not for me. Now, it also improves one's connection with the divine and unblocks stagnant energy. It brings in white light in particular and strengthens the ability to make good decisions. Me, the Hollowed Witch, I make impulsive decisions, which means they're not always good. Which is probably... I should probably start using selenite more. But because it promotes good decisions, if you're having issues and you ask your tarot deck for help, having selenite on your altar or in your setup might help you. A lot of the time, if you ask a tarot deck to solve a spat for you or to help you predict the outcome of something based on like what decisions should you take, what actions should you take, selenite will help you choose the better option for you. And I have a little tidbit of fact from the store that I got it from. And I actually want to visit this store too. But selenite is a cleansing stone that clears negative energies. You can place it under your bed or at the corners of your home to create a peaceful, safe, protected environment. Because it is calming and soothing, it is a stone of mental clarity, enhancing flexibility and strengthening the ability to, again, make good decisions. So selenite and quite a few other rocks are good for a multitude of purposes. There are 2 rocks that I do not have in my possession because I gifted them to Tyler, but I will still talk about them because I still have little information tidbits about them. I still care about them. I still care about my rocks. The first one that I'm going to talk about is Jade. Jade can be 2 colors. It can be kind of blue or the more traditional green jade. Excuse me. Jade is useful for dream solving, access to the spiritual realm, boosting creativity, and healing. A lot of healing. Jade is a healing stone. If you wear jade, it promotes healing within the self and around you. And jade is very special. Jade is a wonderful stone, and I'm very glad that I actually gave mine to Tyler. There's a lot of baggage with that one sentence. Let me see if one that I don't have a lot of information on personally has an entry in the book. Oh, wait, did I pass a jade entry? That's Jasper. No, okay. So the final stone that I want to talk about is Garnet. Garnet is useful for quite a few things, but more often than not, Garnet will be used for love and promoting love. The Garnet's a red stone. It's a very dark red stone, and if you find Garnet, you're very lucky. But Garnet can be used in love sachets as well as rose quartz. I don't have rose quartz in my possession, unfortunately, but jade should be before Jasper, but again, this book is not... It doesn't include all of the crystals, even though it says it's the Bible, because there's a 3 here, and this means it's the 3rd version of this book, so there's probably 2 more before it that I don't have in my possession. that probably include the more general crystals like garnet, jade, onyx, clear quartz. 3 has a lot of crystals that are kind of subcategories of their more general counterparts. And we're gonna play the chat interaction game again, where you guys give me a rock and I can tell you about it. Also, hi Jordan, welcome to the stream. No! Oh my god, what is with all of you and wanting to get me birthday presents? Stop it! Casey literally almost spent $100 on a tarot deck for me the other day. No! No! I won't let you! No! My birthday's in May! No! My birthday is in May! My birthday is past! It's over! It's happened! No! Oh my god! I'm trying to find like an interesting one. Don't get me anything for my birthday, literally, please. Coming up soon? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh my god. Oh my god, don't get me anything, seriously. If you genuinely want to get me anything for my birthday, sub to me for 1 month, and that's it. That's it. Just for May. I don't want anything else. Legitimately. I'm trying to find one that kind of has like a cool name or something. Oh, this one's kind of cool sounding. Stone of Dreams. You can't really see it because it's a white rock on a white piece of paper. What if I do 6 months? Yacht! No! Save your money! Oh my god! Stone of Dreams. Stone of Dreams assists in attaining something that you've dreamed of for years. If you have plans that you never fulfill or aspirations which always seem out of reach, meditate with this optimistic stone and program it to bring the plan to fruition. Opening and clarifying your mind, it shows the way forward, offering inspiration and support and enabling you to think outside the box. This stone encourages you to be all that you can be. I actually might get my hands on a dreamstone, or a stone of dreams. They're sourced from Canada, Casey. Could you imagine if I just DM her and go, I'm sending you on a trip to get me rocks? I swallowed my own spit. I'm an idiot. It happens. The Stone of Dreams is said to be useful in overcoming pain and allergies. It energetically strengthens bones and may improve... Yo, it's the bone stone! And may improve calcium uptake. Yo, I gotta get my hands on this bone stone real quick. I want the bone stone. Also, welcome back, Milo. Milo, do you have a rock you want me to talk about? I can talk about granite. Granite's in this book. You guys want me to talk about granite? Oh, wait, shit. I talk about marble. Marble's in here. Interesting. You got amethyst? Probably not in this book, but I can talk about amethyst because I do have amethyst around my neck. Not that one. This one. This one's amethyst. And this little circle is made of bone. Anyway. I could check the book for amethyst before I go on a tangent about it myself. Alright, there are two subtypes of amethyst in here. Here they are. This one's a little bit purple and this one's redder. The amechlorite subcategory of amethyst is a cleansing combination of amethyst and chlorite. Amechlorite is highly effective at detoxifying on many levels. It is particularly useful for gently pulling emotional blockages and mental implants out of the biomagnetic field. That's a big term that I'm not going to get into. And for releasing stress-related ailments. Shut up, yacht. I swear to God. I swear to God. Amechlorite infuses healing light onto the site to prevent a recurrence. It opens a blocked third eye and energetically detoxifies specific organs. It may be helpful for hormone production, detoxifying and boosting the endocrine, metabolic, and immune systems, and energetically purifies the blood and encourages the proliferation of helpful bacteria. I hated typing that, Milo. You're literally like, you're too pure of a child to actually ever say that. I could see you saying that to Turtle, maybe, but to me, no. I'm like stream mom. Nobody says shit to me. The other type of amethyst, oh, there's a bunch, actually. Shit. I'll talk about crystal cap amethyst, because no cap. Very funny. Crystal cap amethyst. You can't really see it, but it looks like that. It's kind of like a light blue with white. Yeah, I know. You say a lot of shit to Turtle. It's very... it's sus. With extremely high vibrations, crystal cap amethyst is excellent for opening the higher crown chakras, which are at the top of your head, and connecting to the expanded consciousness. Now, there's a lot of terms in here that I'm not going to explain to you guys, but, you know, they exist. Either way, meditating with crystal cap amethyst creates a tunnel of light to the highest realms and opens the soma chakra to bring you back to your body when the experience is complete. So it's kind of astral projecting. You retain full awareness of all you see and hear during the journey. Oh. Crystal cap amethyst repeatedly reduces swelling and bruising. Energetically, it purifies blood, lymph, and blood-rich organs such as the liver and spleen, and reorganizes cellular disorders. Placed under the pillow, it may assist insomnia and, on the back of the neck, cognitive disorders and mental confusion. Wow, it's a lot of rocks. It's a lot of things going on. And because you guys are listening to the music and not me, I'm gonna take off my headphones and let my hair exist in its full and kind of frizzy form. Because the dye is so fresh, it kind of feels gross. Like, one more wash and my hair will be back to normal, but for now, there's music. Oh, I see. There it is. Now it's kind of present. Either way. Oh, big stretch. Also, just to show you guys the deck that I will be using for all of the tarot readings you redeem, because it's very on brand. Here's the front. It's called Halloween Tarot. And I love this deck. I really do. So, the back of the cards are very stylistic. They're orange with little black cats. And the art on them is also very cute. Let me find... Oh, I like this one. The art on them is very cute. This is the 8 of Imps. So the suit of cards that you get varies depending on what your reading will tell you. So for this deck in particular, you have Imps, you have Pumpkins, you have Ghosts, What's the last one? I keep pulling up all of the ones that I've already told you about. And bats. Imps, pumpkins, ghosts, and bats. Very Halloween themed. Very cute. Just spam hydration check. At that point, I will drown. Imps, Imps, pumpkins, ghosts, and bats are a part of the minor arcana, which is why there's the 4 suits. And the major arcana are the ones like the sun, the devil, the tower, the high priestess, the hierophant. Here's the death card, just for all of you. And ironically, the little fence post, you can't really see it. You kind of can. On that little fence post, there's a piece of paper with an ankh on it, which is the Egyptian symbol for life. So I like that. Four different personalities. Oh no. Jesus. That's a little scary. I don't know about all that. That's frightening. I don't want to hear about that. Don't tell me that. Ew. That's sus. Milo's sus. I want to scratch at my eyebrows, but here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. I filled them in. This isn't my natural eyebrow potency. They're much bolder than I'm used to, and I want to scratch at them, but that would remove the makeup, making them appear on my face. My eyebrows stayed blonde, unlike my roots. I started as a blonde child, and then as I grew older, it turned brown. But everything else on my body did not turn brown. The hairs, rather, they are still blonde. So my eyebrows are blonde, my arm hair is blonde. It's very sad. One here, one for Turtle Stream, one for Arctic's Streams, and my IRL one. Okay, so I've been told I have a streamer voice, which is true. I kind of hear it in the way that I'm talking to you guys, but additionally, I can't really swap between the two willingly. Like, I do have a streamer voice, but it's very much so, like, everything that I'm saying to you guys, this stream in particular, is very real and very, like, it's not something that I would just, like, I don't know, say for bullshit, you know? All of my streams are genuine. They're not aimed to be disingenuous or, you know, like a personality that you're meant to I don't even know, connect to in a way. Like, everything that I do is genuine. It's just my voice is different because my regular voice is a little bit, I don't know. I just don't know. I just developed a voice for streaming. I've been told that I'm really timid on VC. You are, a little bit. Playing Among Us makes everybody into a monster, but you're a little timid. You didn't jump down my throat and to accuse me like some other people did. So it's okay. Oh, I should log into Among Us because you can unlock all the Halloween hats tonight. Shit. What? Yacht, I need you to explain that message because I don't understand. I'm very confused. What other page is in my fun little book here? Oh, you know what? Not even. I can show you guys my fucking stickers. I have Halloween themed stickers. I love them. Listen, if you show me stickers, I'm all for them. Alright, we're gonna start with this page. It's a page of dancing skeletons that are reflective, as you can see. I love the dancing skeletons. I got these from Target. These are reflective bats, just with a purple outline and background. These are glittery pumpkins. I love them. I love them very much. And I'm usually not big on like glitter stickers or reflective stickers, but because they're pumpkins, bats, and skeletons, I had to get them. I try not to be outgoing as outgoing as I can because I don't want to offend anyone. Literally, outgoing is a good thing, honey. Outgoing is a good thing. Do not let anybody shame you for being outgoing. But additionally, being careful about your word choice is wise, but it's also like being overly cautious is not always recommended. Like, don't be afraid to try to connect with people, but if you're trying to call people slurs, then yeah, you should be afraid, because I will punch you myself. Cursing, on the other hand, I genuinely don't care who curses and who doesn't. To me, I grew up in a household where cursing wasn't really okay until you turned into an adult, but I went to public school, so I was taught curses on the 4th grade bus on the way home. Either way, more stickers. These are flocked, so they're like little furry cat stickers. I fell in love with these and could not leave the store without them. I'm a sucker for anything cat related. It's kind of sad. You have the blonde brown hair, you have the love orange and gothness. We're all the same height, but not overly. I mean, if I want to use the Wiccan kind of explanation for that, human beings that are similar are drawn to one another. It's kind of like how people make the joke that all of the LGBTQIA people flock together. It's because they do. Humans are drawn to likeness, and even if it's not conscious likeness, it still happens. In terms of like personality, you're drawn to personalities that you are either attracted to or personalities that you want to interpret for yourself. Human beings are learning creatures, and especially in terms of personality, if there's a personality trait that you are into and that you like, you're going to want to incorporate that into your personality, even if it's not consciously, even if you're not doing it on purpose or intentionally. I know I've done it. Sometimes my laugh will be not my laugh, but somebody else's laugh that I've watched the content of, and I catch myself doing it all the time, and I don't know what my laugh is anymore. I've been told my laugh, my genuine laugh, is the one that high pitches at the end, but who knows? Who knows? It's a conglomerate. You have really long blonde hair. I mean, I would imagine Alaska. It's not a lot of variety in Alaska. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's a sus topic. I'm not gonna go there. But either way, it's 11 p.m. I've been here for 4 hours. We can continue talking in the Discord, but it was fantastic seeing all of you on this wonderful Samhain night. It is a full moon tonight, folks, so any spells that you do, any intentions that you set, are amplified by quite a bit. I wish you all the best of luck with your new herb knowledge and rock knowledge, and I hope that you all have a lovely, spooky Samhain. And I will catch you next time.